I'm going to insert a keyframe. On that layer, and I say I already have a graphic in it. My fault for not being organized. So I have the frame selected, and what I'm going to do is pull down the next button, and I'll pull that layer up so it's on top of the graphic. So what I want to do is have the previous button disappear. So I'll select that, see which layer it's on, and here it is. And right when the new button comes in, I'll insert a blank keyframe so the button above it's going to disappear. So now that disappears. I'm going to select the actual button, and I'm going to add two things. I'm going to add a stop to the actions layer at frame, I believe it's 16 or 17. And then I'm going to add action script to the actual button. So first I'll go to the keyframe, insert a keyframe, get the actions layer, code snippets, and I want to do a stop at this keyframe. So there it is. Stop, and it's at frame 17. Next, I want to put ActionScript on the button itself. So I'm going to select the button, go up to Properties. There's no name. I have to give it a name, and I'm just going to call it BTN. I could call it BTN Hamburger if I wanted to, but I'm not going to. So I'll just call it Third. And I'm going to add ActionScript to that button. Now I want that button, where do I want that button to go? There's a stop on this frame, so I want it to go from 17 to 18 and play. So here's my ActionScript. Again, I have the number I want to change here, again, would just be this number right here. And as I said earlier, that the next would be from frame 4, so that's relating to the amount of actions. This is actually relating to the keyframe. So I want to go to 18. Test this. So now we go back to 1. We went through 3 buttons, and I'll put a button on the very last keyframe. I'll put an action here, and I'll put a stop. There's already a keyframe, as you can see. Stop at this frame. You see the little A, that means there's ActionScript there. And that's in the actions layer. So now I got to go to the library and pull out the now I go to the library and get the next button. And I don't have another button layer, so I'm just going to put it down in the, well, I'll change graphics to button. And where do I see how the timeline goes? So I'll have I have a keyframe there, and I'm just gonna, I have the whole stage empty. So now I'm gonna put, I already have my stop action in, and what I'm gonna do is have this go back to frame 1. So look at properties. I don't have a name, so this is going to be, I'll call it BTN replay. Not really important what you name it. You don't want any spaces, and it's a good idea not to give it the same name as what's in the library of the original. But so now I have my name on the button, and I'm going to add, go to frame 1, frame 66. I have stop. Now I'm going to add, go to frame 1 and play. And this gives me an error message saying the action requires an object to be selected on the stage. So I didn't have the actual, no,